Well, today is the end of the month, and I am just doing a little recap of my UFOs for 2024. And I was actually able to get two projects done this month. I started two new projects, two or maybe three new projects this month, but I did at least complete two UFOs that were on my list. The first one is this quilt here. This is my Queen's quilt. I started this quilt actually 2 years ago, and I was showing you this before that I needed to put the binding on. So the binding's on. I have a hanging sleeve on the back. This is the hanging sleeve that I have that I put on the back. And I put a label on it too. Here's my label. And so this is my first project that I finished. The second project that I completed was a quilt coat. I started this quilt coat for my mother. I made this one for her. What had happened was, what started all was I had made one for myself over COVID, and my mother really liked my jacket, and so she wanted me to make one for her. And so what I did was I got one of my father's sweatshirts. My father passed away a couple years ago, and I got one of his sweatshirts, and so I reused it and upcycled his sweatshirt to make her a quilt coat with his sweatshirt. Anyway, so this is the inside, and this was his sweatshirt. And what I did was I started by deconstructing the sweatshirt, and then this is actually the outside of the sweatshirt, and the inside of the sweatshirt is what you use to put your quilt. You put your quilting on it, and then you reconstruct it back. And so this is the coat. It came out really nice. A couple things, like I said, this is my dad's old sweatshirt. Plus, my mother is a big time Dodger fan, so I decided to use Dodger fabric to embellish it with. And then also with my guild, we were studying how to do um, what is it called? What is it called? Oh, I'm sorry. Seminal piecing. Oh my gosh, senior moment. Sorry. We were studying seminal piecing. And so these are some of the pieces that I came up with, and I decided to put them on her jacket. So these are some of the seminal piecing, and then I did strip piecing for the rest. Here's on the front seminal piecing too. And then what I did was after I put all that on there, then I did quilt as you go. So I started in the middle with this motif, and then I went out. I stitched and flipped all the way to this side. Then I stitched and flipped this part here, and I did that on the back panel, the two side panels, and the sleeves. So I started with this is the center point of the sleeve, and then I stitched and flipped out. And then what I did also was I hand stitched, because I did that on mine. I hand embroidered it all, hand stitched like big stitch or sashiko stitching. And so here's some of the stitching that you could see that I did. And let's see, on the back, this is all hand stitched. And then the closure for my closure, I haven't done the closure here because I'm going to go see my mother next week. And when I see her, I'm going to put snaps in it. So I wanted just to put it on her to see where to put the snaps that were best for her body. So the snaps is the last thing to do on this. But other than that, it's all done. And then what I did was I did on the neckline and the bottom part, I did like a binding. So I started on in the front, and I flipped it to the back, and then I hand stitched it all down. There's a lot of hand stitching on this. And then with the sleeves, I put elastic in the sleeves to cuff them out so we make more comfortable for her. Oh, and one of the things that I was most proud about is pockets. When I made my jacket, I didn't put a pocket in mine, but I decided to put a pocket in hers because that's the one thing I missed in my jacket. And so I was able to put side pockets. I had a pattern for I used the pattern for it was a jacket pattern, and it had a side pocket. So I used that pattern to put the side pocket in, but then I also decided to put a pocket on the inside also. So it has pockets on the inside of the jacket also. I hope you can hear. I'm hitting my mic a lot. Anyway, so I'll put the jacket on so you can see what it looks like. Come on, come on. I'm hoping that the mic doesn't get messed up for me putting on this jacket, but the jacket's like this, and here's the back. I'm trying not to touch the mic, but I don't know if you can see the pockets, but the pockets are on the side here, and then I have the inside pockets here for her to use inside pockets on both sides. And again, I had some extra of the Seminole piecing, and so I used the Seminole piecing in the inside of the pockets to decorate the inside of the pocket also. And what I did, another thing that I did was I wanted the jacket a little bit longer. So I had I upcycled a pair of my old fleece pants to put on the inside to extend it so that the jacket was a little bit longer for her. But these are my two makes that I finished, my two UFOs that I finished for February 2024, which I am glad to be able to report that I am well on my way of getting my quilts, my UFOs completed. My plan this year was to get at least 12, but if I keep at this rate, I might be able to get 24 of the 28 completed. We'll see. Well, stay tuned and keep on watching, subscribe, share, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.